Hey everybody, this is Ross Hudgens, founder of Siege Media, and today I want to tell you why you might not really need high authority links. So it's a common thing that's referenced, and of course it makes sense. Like, people want high authority links. You want CNN, you want Forbes, you want CNET, you want those links to your site. But herein lies the rub with this thing in general. Not always does that strategically make sense for the semantic fit of your business. Not every business has truly a large number of high authority links available to them. And the reason for that is that there are certain linkable audiences on the web that reinforce one another. So in certain markets, there are more high authority links on average, and in others, there are less. And why this matters is to have yes, it is still good to get a link occasionally from CNN, from CNET, what have you, but that's not scale. You can get those occasionally no matter what market you're in, but you want not one or two links that do that. Yes, those are still great. What you want is a scalable strategy that can be replicatable over time. So what I mean specifically, and getting into the more concrete sector of this, is lifestyle specifically tends to be lower DA. So if you look at a lifestyle site on average, there tend to be more mommy bloggers, things like that, where they're not as link heavy on average, meaning the average site doesn't have the same link authority as other markets like technology. So an example of this in action, if we pull up Hallmark's domain authority spread, you see they have a huge percentage of links on the lower DA side. This makes sense. This doesn't mean they're low quality. It just means semantically their audience skews on the lower end. So at scale, these will have the impacts that matter, that work. Yes, you probably still would want 190 DA site, but you're sticking a square peg in a round hole by trying to semantically fit a strategy of surveys, what have you, into Hallmark. That's not where the audience hangs out online. Therefore, you'll likely have less success, a much higher cost per link in approaching that with them. And on the other side of that is actually the business and tech sector. So if we look at a site like creditcards.com, you can see the comparison in the spread between these two sites. That doesn't mean Hallmark's doing a bad job. It means that Fool's audience, or Credit Card's audience, as well as Fool.com, on average is just more tech savvy, therefore linking to each other at a higher velocity, which in turn creates a larger spread of sites in the 10 to 30 to 40 range for that kind of business. And on average, that is skewing the domain authority higher for that business because that's where it hangs out. And why this matters, we as a strategic content marketing agency, we fit the strategy to the audience. For a site like Hallmark, their audience is mommy bloggers. That's where their qualified buyers are for a huge percentage of that work. And because of that, you're gonna get a decent spread of lower authority links. That doesn't mean they're low quality, they're just low authority. There's a difference. A spammy network site, that's low quality. An actual active blogger who updates regularly and is actually interested in sharing with their friends and might have a solid authority base, that is low authority, yes, but it's not low quality. That is audience targeting for that business. And if you compare to Fool and Credit Cards, it's a higher authority in general. So therefore, these comparisons for a site like Hallmark, we would average a much lower DA for them. It's not going to be 1 to 10 on average, but it's going to be lower than a site like creditcards.com because of the difference in audience. That doesn't mean we're any worse at what we do. It's just what the audience fit is for that business. So we have clients where we average around a DA 30 for them. And then we have other clients where we average a DA 50. And I don't think we're doing a poor job for the DA 30. Their growth is still massive on average because we're finding their audience online. They're topically relevant in general. And on the reverse side, we're still doing a good job for the DA 50 site. I don't see a difference in how I feel about it because that's where their audience is online. Of course, we're still happy about high domain authority links, but this consideration about where their audience is will adjust what the authority is on average. So hopefully this thought process gets you thinking a little bit deeper about domain authority links. It doesn't mean don't get them. It's more like, how can we strategically think about our link acquisition strategy that maps to our audience online? And yes, sometimes that audience is lower on average. And if you think about that and you think about authority while still thinking about quality and then being okay with lower authority, as long as the quality is good because it's topically relevant and your audience is there, you'll be successful, and I guarantee you'll see growth and a lot more scale from that effort as well, because that's credible. That's where your audience hangs out online. So hopefully you found this useful. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Thanks for watching.